Hi, when you initially install the CX61, it'll come up by default with Deutsch or German as the default language, because this box is manufactured by a German manufacturer and is obviously aimed mainly at the German market. So obviously what we need to do now is just simply arrow up as far as the English language, press OK and change it. Now it comes default again with the Astra 1 and Hotbird programmed into it. So what we need to do at that point is simply come along, go to the menu button, arrow over, enter 4 zeros and simply come down to delete all, and we'll delete all the channels that are on it. If we exit out here, it'll simply tell you no channels, okay? So come down into the installation menu. So the first thing is we want to do is select the correct satellites and then actually do a scan on that satellite, okay? So by default here, there'll be wrong button there. Satellite list is where we want to go. There'll be 3 satellites that are being chosen by default. Hotbird, Astra 1, which we don't, neither of which we want. We want 28 degrees east, which is Astra 2. And the final one we want to delete off this list, which will be on the default, is Turksat. Okay, so we come along here, we simply hit exit, and we have the right satellite listed now. Now we want to do a single satellite search. So what we do is we come along, and it's important here now, we'll see, there's one of one, so it's only one satellite it's searching, and that satellite is Astra 2. We arrow down further, do we want to do free-to-air only, and by default it's no, but yes is the correct one, because we don't want to pull in subscription channels that we don't have a card to decrypt, okay? TV and radio, well obviously yes, and we have a choice here, we can do a blind scan or a full scan. And a full scan means that all the transponders that are pre-programmed for this satellite will be searched. If we do a blind scan, it says, I'm just going to search absolutely every possible transponder and work it through, which is a lot slower to do. But the big advantage of this is that if new transponders come on over a period of time and aren't on the list, it'll automatically pick them up. Or if the list to start with wasn't overly comprehensive. So I would always do a blind scan here. And the difference is that if we did a full scan at this point, we would pull in a total of about 130 channels. And if we do a blind scan, we'll expect to pull in maybe twice that number. So it's quite convenient, because channels, for instance, that will be left off if you were doing just a full scan would include, I believe, Sky News and things like this, which obviously generally would be quite interesting to people, okay? So what we're going to do here is, you can see here as we go through, there's different transponders. It's failing, okay, failing, okay. And the reason that it'll fail is simply there's nothing being broadcast in that particular transponder, okay? So there's nothing to worry about when you see something failing there. So you can see the progress bar is working away quite well. We're up to about 20% here. So the whole scan will probably take in the region of 3 to 4 minutes. So what we're going to do now is I'm simply going to stop the recording at this point, and we're going to join back in at around 90%, and we'll just see what happens at the end of the scan. You can see here we're coming towards the end of doing the auto scan here. So this is the advantage of using the blind scan. We're going through, instead of maybe 40 transponders, we're going through 80 something here, and we're pushing towards around over 300 channels here in total, okay? So at the end of this, it'll simply tell us that the thing is complete. So we've got a total of 319 television channels and 133 radio stations, okay? So this stage, we simply click the OK button to accept that and exit all the way out. And we can see here now what we're after achieving here is that's just beginning to end of the thing. Now you can see there's duplication here, like on channel 4, things like this. And you might say, well, why would they have 4 different channel 4s? Maybe we'll keep them all, they're all the same. Or they're doing the various things. But of course they're not, because what's happening here is this is meant for advertising purposes to do this. All 6 channels are identical, and it's purely and utterly coming down to an advertising slots, things like this, and that's you know, to the advantage of channel 4, but not really to the end user. So in a later video, what we'll show you how to do here is to edit and delete certain channels, to group them exactly the way you want them. And of course there's an alternative there where you can actually get a pre-programmed box off of us, you know, where the channels be in the right list, everything except the Irish, which you have to tune in for your local transmitter, or you can actually, normally we'll say that the actual software where this channel is coming in is available to download directly off our website. So you can simply, you know, if you go to update a channel, something like that, you can come along and simply take the latest channel list off of the tvtrade.ie website. So that's an overview anyway of auto scan to tune your CX61.